1. The unique S-shaped country. Vietnam is a country instantly recognizable by its elegant S-shaped curve along the eastern edge of Southeast Asia. Stretching more than 1,650 kilometers from north to south, it borders China to the north, Laos and Cambodia to the west, and opens wide to the East Sea on its eastern and southern coasts, where endless waves seem to whisper stories from centuries past. This strategic position places Vietnam at the heart of vital maritime routes, serving as a living bridge between major economies such as China, India, and Southeast Asia. For centuries, merchants, travelers, and explorers have followed these sea paths. And today, Vietnam continues to thrive as a hub of trade and cultural exchange. Covering 331,212 square kilometers, about the size of New Mexico, Vietnam offers remarkable geographic diversity. In the far north, the mist-cloaked peaks of the Hoang Lien Son Range rise dramatically, crowned by Phan Xipon, the highest summit in Southeast Asia. Moving south, the land unfolds into lush river deltas and more than 3,260 kilometers of sunlit coastline, dotted with hidden coves and breathtaking natural wonders. It is this seamless blend of mountains, rivers, and sea that shapes not only the land, but also the spirit of its people, resilient, adaptable, and deeply connected to nature. For those seeking adventure, serenity, or discovery, Vietnam offers a path for every traveler. And this is just the beginning. Stay with me, because as we continue, you'll discover even more surprising sides of this S-shaped land. The journey ahead might just change the way you see Vietnam. Number 2, the timeless beauty of Vietnamese women. When it comes to the allure of Asia, Vietnamese women always leave a lasting impression. Their beauty is not only an appearance, it carries a unique elegance that lingers in memory. Delicate features, smooth skin, gentle yet expressive eyes, and a natural grace in every movement. But there's something more special. It's the quiet confidence and inner strength they embody. According to rankings by Insider Monkey, Vietnam consistently appears among the top countries with the most beautiful women in Asia. And for anyone who has visited this S-shaped country, that comes as no surprise. More than that, in modern Vietnam, beauty is paired with capability. Today's Vietnamese women excel in countless fields. In fact, Vietnam holds the highest rate in Southeast Asia for businesses led by women, an impressive 40%, far above the global average of 28%, according to Forbes 2024. Figures like Nguyen Thi Phuong Thao, the first self-made female billionaire in Southeast Asia, inspire younger generations to dream bigger. Yet, behind the brilliance, there's a quieter story of resilience. On average, Vietnamese women still devote over 5 hours a day to housework, a reality that few outsiders realize. Perhaps it is this blend of dedication and discipline that nurtures their remarkable multitasking abilities, leading companies and caring for families, often with no complaint. And in relationships, Vietnamese women are known for loyalty and emotional depth. But that doesn't mean they lack independence. On the contrary, today's younger women embrace multicultural relationships, valuing sincerity and mutual respect. More and more are choosing partners through apps like Date Now or Tinder, and the rate of couples living together before marriage has grown by 25% in recent years. If you've ever wondered how to win the heart of a Vietnamese woman, it begins with genuine respect. And if you're curious to learn more, leave a comment with the number 2. I will reveal more in this video. Number 3, things that seem strange abroad, but are perfectly normal in Vietnam. If you're visiting Vietnam for the first time, prepare yourself. Some things that might seem unusual or even illegal back home are simply part of everyday life here. In fact, they add to the charm and vibrancy of the country. First, Imagine getting a haircut right on the sidewalk. In Vietnam, it takes little more than a folding chair, a mirror hung on a wall or tree, and a skilled pair of hands. For just a few dollars, often the price of a simple breakfast, you can enjoy a fresh haircut under the open sky, accompanied by the hum of motorbikes and perhaps even birdsong. But that's only the beginning. You'll quickly notice another local favorite, drinking beer outdoors. From sidewalks to bustling street corners, small plastic tables and chairs appear like magic each evening. Here, locals and travelers alike gather to sip cold beer, snack on street food, and share stories. No special permits required, no worries about public drinking laws. In fact, it's one of the most authentic ways to experience the pulse of Vietnamese street life. And there's more. Buying over-the-counter medicine here is surprisingly simple. While in many Western countries you'd need a doctor's prescription, in Vietnam, most pharmacies will provide what you need after a brief chat about your symptoms. It saves time, though first-time visitors often can't decide whether to be impressed or concerned. So, as you explore this country, expect the unexpected. What might seem unconventional elsewhere is often an everyday pleasure here, adding spontaneity and delight to your journey. And tell me, which of these surprises would you be curious to try first? Number 4. Vietnamese coffee culture. Vietnam is not only one of the world's top coffee producers, it also offers a coffee culture far richer than many visitors expect. Here, coffee isn't just a drink. It's a daily ritual, a social bond, and a symbol of local identity. Vietnam now ranks as the world's second-largest coffee exporter, just after Brazil, and leads the global Robusta market, contributing nearly 40% of output. While the West often favors Arabica, Vietnam's Robusta is loved for its bold flavor, deep body, and high caffeine kick. From these beans, even rare coffees like civet coffee are crafted. But what truly enchants travelers is how coffee is enjoyed here. The iconic Café Sua Ja, strong black coffee filtered through a fin, blended with sweet condensed milk and served over ice, is an experience in itself. CNN once named it among the world's best coffees. One sip, and many visitors quickly agree. And that's just the beginning. Creamy egg coffee, salty coffee, coconut coffee, each with its own story, each inviting you to pause, savor, and soak in the life around you. Whether at a busy street stall or a cozy cafe, coffee in Vietnam is about much more than taste. It's a moment to connect. So when you visit, why not start your morning with a glass of Vietnamese coffee? Sip slowly. Watch the city unfold. Number 5. Strange customs of Vietnam's ethnic minorities. Vietnam is home to 54 officially recognized ethnic groups, each with its own language, attire, and rich customs. Venture beyond the big cities, and you'll encounter traditions that may seem unusual to outsiders, yet are deeply woven into local life. Consider the Hmong ritual of bride kidnapping. At first, it may sound alarming, but in truth, it's a symbolic, consensual courtship. When a couple agrees to marry, the groom stages a playful kidnapping, marking the start of wedding negotiations. Can you imagine being invited to a wedding that begins this way? Among the Red Dao, weddings unfold over several days, filled with elaborate rituals, music, and feasts. Guests often find themselves exhausted long before the final banquet. Would you have the stamina to celebrate for days on end? In some matrilineal groups, it is the women who propose marriage, with the groom moving into the bride's family home. Imagine the surprise of a traveler discovering this delightful role reversal. Even funerals reflect unique beliefs. Among the Lolo and Tay, families symbolically feed the deceased, offering small portions of food for the spirit. The Hani carve wooden effigies of ancestors, gathering to share stories and offerings as though loved ones are still present. How would you feel sitting among such a gathering, where life and memory meet so gently. And stay with me, because Vietnam's cultural tapestry holds many more surprises yet to unfold. Number 6. The vibrant floating markets of Vietnam. In Vietnam, markets don't just belong on land. More than that, in the Mekong Delta, entire marketplaces float gracefully along the rivers, a way of life that has existed for generations. At Kai Rang Floating Market in Can Tho, the river awakens each dawn with a bustling scene of hundreds of boats. Laden with fresh produce, fragrant herbs, colorful flowers, and even steaming bowls of noodles, these boats transform the river into a moving marketplace. Now picture this. Drifting between the boats as vendors call out their wares, the aroma of tropical fruits mixing with the scent of freshly brewed coffee. Wouldn't you be tempted to stop for a hot bowl of pho right there on the water? Even more fascinating is the way business is done. There's no shouting or neon signs. Instead, each boat hangs a sample of its goods from a tall bamboo pole, letting buyers know what's on offer. Have you ever seen a floating advertisement like that before? It's charming in its simplicity and incredibly effective. And while you're there, don't be surprised if a friendly vendor rows over to offer you a drink or a local snack. Would you dare try breakfast on a swaying boat, surrounded by the gentle rhythms of river life? For many visitors, it becomes one of the most memorable experiences of their trip. Number 7. Son Đoòng, the world's largest cave. Hidden within the lush jungles of central Vietnam lies Son Đoòng, the largest cave in the world. But more than just a record-breaking site, it's a natural wonder that feels like another planet. Discovered in 2009, Son Đoòng stretches over 9 kilometers in length, with chambers large enough to house a 40-story building. Its ceiling soars nearly 200 meters high, and its vast interior contains its own ecosystem, complete with underground rivers, giant stalactites, and even a primitive jungle. Can you imagine standing inside a place where sunlight filters through collapsed ceilings to nourish an ancient forest? Formed over millions of years, Son Đoòng continues to captivate scientists and adventurers alike. The cave's giant stalagmites, some reaching 80 meters tall, resemble stone pillars sculpted by time itself. Would you feel small, gazing up at these towering natural formations? Access to Son Đoòng is strictly limited to preserve its fragile ecosystem. Only about 1,000 visitors are allowed each year, and expeditions cost several $1,000s. Yet for those fortunate enough to enter, the experience is unforgettable. Trekking through vast chambers, wading across subterranean rivers, camping beneath an alien-like sky, every step feels like an adventure into the unknown. And if given the chance, would you be tempted to explore this otherworldly realm? After all, how often do you get the opportunity to step into the largest cave on Earth? Number 8. The Kingdom of Motorbikes. If you've ever set foot in a Vietnamese city, one thing is impossible to miss: the sea of motorbikes weaving through the streets. More than transport, they are a pulse of daily life, and a symbol of Vietnam's vibrant energy. As of 2024, an estimated 72 to 75 million motorbikes are registered, meaning nearly 3/4 of the population owns one. In cities like Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh City, motorbikes make up to 90% of traffic. Can you picture it? A flowing river of scooters winding through alleys and boulevards alike. Why so popular? Beyond convenience, they offer unmatched flexibility. Navigating narrow lanes, squeezing through traffic, parking almost anywhere. Motorbikes are made for Vietnam's dynamic streets. And if you've ever seen a motorbike carrying a family of 4, a fridge, or even a flock of ducks, it's all part of daily life here. But for many, motorbikes are more than practical. They're personal, a companion for work, adventure, even romance. Can you imagine yourself on the back of a bike at dusk, the breeze in your hair, city lights flickering past? Of course, Challenges exist: pollution, congestion, noise. Yet despite it all, the charm of Vietnam's two-wheeled culture endures. And when you visit, will you dare to hop on and see the city as locals do? It just might be the ride of a lifetime. Number 9, Vietnam, a global agricultural powerhouse. When people think of Vietnam, they often picture its bustling cities or serene landscapes. But few realize the country's quiet strength in agriculture. In recent years, Vietnam has consistently ranked among the world's top 15 agricultural exporters, an impressive feat for a nation of its size. Surprisingly, Vietnam leads the world in several key commodities. It is the top exporter of cashew nuts and black pepper, producing over 40% of the global pepper supply. And in dragon fruit, Vietnam accounts for more than 80% of world exports. Who would have guessed such global reach? Vietnam also ranks among the top 3 rice exporters. Its ST25 rice, once crowned world's best rice, reflects remarkable progress in quality and innovation. What drives this success? A blend of nature and human determination. Fertile river deltas and a tropical climate provide ideal growing conditions. But it is the resilience and adaptability of Vietnamese farmers that truly turn potential into reality. So next time you savor fragrant rice, crunchy cashews, or a dash of pepper, chances are they began in the fields of Vietnam. Number 10, Vietnamese, one of the world's most challenging languages. At first glance, Vietnamese seems simple, a Latin-based alphabet, familiar to many. But beneath that surface lies one of the world's most challenging languages. The biggest hurdle? Tones. Vietnamese has 6 tones, where a tiny shift in pitch can change meaning entirely. Imagine turning mother into tomb with just a slight change in voice, a true test for any learner. Then comes context. Many Vietnamese words hold multiple meanings, shifting with subtle nuance. And the pronoun system? Far from a simple I and you. You must choose from dozens of terms based on age, relationship, and respect, a puzzle even seasoned expats struggle with. Yet for those who persist, the rewards are deep. Vietnamese reflects a culture rich in respect, family bonds, and harmony. Each word carries layers of meaning. And stay tuned, there's even more to Vietnam's vibrant culture just ahead. Number 11, unique festivals across Vietnam. With over 8,000 festivals each year, Vietnam is truly a land of living traditions, where ancient beliefs blend seamlessly with modern life, creating experiences that enchant locals and visitors alike. Take Tết Nguyên Đán, Lunar New Year. It's the country's grandest celebration, a time of family reunions, flower-scented homes, bustling markets, lion dances, and fireworks. Imagine strolling through a lantern-lit flower market with hopes for a new year shimmering in the air. Or the Hoang Pagoda Festival, a spring pilgrimage where thousands glide along the misty Yen Stream, framed by towering limestone cliffs, before ascending to temples hidden deep in caves. Picture drifting through those waters as ancient chants echo around you. In Hue, the Imperial Festival brings Vietnam's royal past to life, with reenacted ceremonies, traditional music, and vibrant parades. Would you be curious to witness the elegance of a royal procession under golden banners? And in Sapa, the Love Market offers something truly unique. On Saturday nights, young people from ethnic minorities gather to sing, dance, and seek connections, a living expression of age-old courtship. Stay with me. Even more of Vietnam's cultural tapestry awaits, full of surprises yet to unfold. Number 12, diverse beliefs that shape everyday life. Vietnam is often called a land of rich spiritual life, where diverse beliefs coexist in harmony, blending seamlessly into daily life. Buddhism runs deep here, with ancient pagodas in both cities and villages. Yet it's a uniquely Vietnamese blend, mingling with ancestor worship and local customs. Even in modern homes, you'll often see incense lit at family altars during life's key moments. One of the most captivating rituals is Đoòng, where mediums embody deities through vibrant song and dance. Would you be curious to witness this mesmerizing ceremony? At the heart of it all is ancestor worship. In countless homes, simple altars honor family roots, with offerings of tea, fruit, and quiet words. It's not reserved for special days, but an everyday thread connecting past and present. And as we journey further, you'll see how these beliefs shape Vietnam's art, manners, and sense of harmony, making its culture one of the most spiritually rich in Asia. Number 13. Must-visit places in Vietnam. Vietnam is a land of striking contrasts, and its iconic destinations offer a window into the nation's soul. Begin in Hanoi, the 1,000-year-old capital. Here, ancient pagodas and French colonial facades meet buzzing street life. Wander the old quarter's hidden alleys, and don't miss the city's famous egg coffee, a creamy local treat. In Hue, echoes of Imperial Vietnam linger. The UNESCO-listed Imperial City transports you to another era, while royal-inspired dishes like bun bo hu reveal the region's rich culinary heritage. For nature lovers, Sapa beckons with misty peaks, terraced rice fields, and vibrant ethnic villages. Trekking here offers both stunning scenery and heartfelt encounters with Hmong and Dao communities. Ha Long Bay, with its towering limestone islands, is pure magic, especially at sunrise or sunset. Cruising these emerald waters feels almost dreamlike. And on Phu Quoc Island, sun-drenched beaches and lively night markets promise the perfect tropical escape. If you could choose just one to explore first, which would it be? Number 14. Vietnamese cuisine, a feast for the senses. Vietnamese cuisine is more than food. It's a journey through the country's history, landscapes, and spirit. And what makes it truly captivating is the variety that unfolds from north to south. In the north, flavors are subtle and balanced. Think pho, bun thang, bun cha, where delicate broths and fresh herbs create harmony in every bite. Have you ever noticed how Hanoi's pho carries a depth and elegance unlike any version abroad? Travel to central Vietnam, and the flavors grow bolder, spicier, more layered. In Hue, once an imperial capital, even street food feels regal. A bowl of bun bo hu offers a symphony of rich broth, fragrant herbs, and royal culinary tradition. Would you be tempted to taste a dish once crafted for kings? And in the vibrant South, creativity blooms. Dishes like com tam and hu tu, alongside tropical desserts, reflect a fusion of Khmer, Chinese, and French influences. Picture yourself at a bustling night market, savoring a steaming bowl of hu tu, surrounded by the hum of the evening crowd. Can you feel the atmosphere? Best of all, in Vietnam, these unforgettable flavors are everywhere, from elegant restaurants to humble street stalls. And don't go just yet, because the next discovery may surprise you even more. Number 15, the surprisingly affordable cost of living. For many travelers, Vietnam's beauty and culture are reason enough to visit. But even more surprising is just how affordable life here can be, especially compared to major Western cities. In big cities like Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh City, a one-bedroom apartment in the city center typically costs between $400 and $800 per month. Choose a spot outside the center, and the price drops to $250 to $500. Utilities, electricity, water, internet, usually add just $50 to $100 more. Have you imagined living in a vibrant Asian city for such a modest sum? Dining is where Vietnam truly shines. Street food favorites like po, bun cha, or com tam often cost $1 to $2 per dish. And the flavors? Many visitors say they rival top restaurants back home. If you prefer fine dining, a high-end meal rarely exceeds $15 per person. Would you enjoy sampling world-class cuisine at a fraction of the usual cost? Getting around is equally budget-friendly. A bus ride costs about 40 cents. Short taxi or ride-hailing trips are often under $5, and renting a motorbike, around $50 per month. Offering unmatched freedom to explore. Overall, many expats find they can live comfortably in Vietnam on $700 to $900 per month, with room for occasional indulgences. Can you picture yourself enjoying a morning coffee, a stroll through a bustling market, or a sunset by the river, knowing your money stretches so much further here? And if you've enjoyed this journey so far, stay tuned. We have many more stories and discoveries to come. Don't forget to subscribe and join us for the next adventure through this fascinating country and beyond.